15 laps to glory.
On your marks.
This is the first heat of the men's 3,000 meter run. 2 heats total to determine a Big East Indoor champion. Beg your pardon, this is the final heat after the unseeded run, which occurred earlier this morning here at Gately. Kevin Colley from Yukon, Simone Bedard, I beg your pardon, from Butler, who is the current Big East leader in this event, with a time of 7:51.52. James Maniscalco from Yukon, Evan Byrne from Butler, Haftu Strinzos from Villanova, Liam Back from Providence, Eric Vanderels from Yukon, Barry Keene from Butler, 3 Georgetown Hoyas, actually 4 Georgetown Hoyas, Lucas Guerra, Scott Johnson, Matt Young, and Camden Gilmore, Ryan Gallagher from Providence, and then Jack Jennings from Villanova, Pierre-Louis Detour from Butler, and Josh Phillips from Villanova.
Yeah, we'll have to see what Simone can do here after yesterday's great win in his first race. I think you got a lot of the star athletes from that 5K are back in this final.
And right now, 2 Georgetown Hoyas leading the field. Camden Gilmore, Matt Young, Scott Johnson, and Lucas Guerra, the 4 runners, I should say, from Georgetown. And Matt Young and Camden Gilmore right now leading the pace. The track announcer just mentioned that their pace right now is faster than the Big East Indoor record. You wonder if something like that ever gets in the head of these runners as they're running around the track.
Well, I certainly think it is something that that comes into consideration if you feel good, right? That's always the thing. How do you feel? Do we want to go after it, or do we want to slow down the pace and just run the race that comes to you? But certainly your coaches are going to be telling you that. They are running a pretty fast pace right now, so we'll start to see who separates to be able to go after that 7:50, 7:50 from about a decade ago from David McCarthy. But Young looks pretty relaxed out here running at this pace. But viewers know Barry Keene back there. A number of the strong runners from yesterday's 5K are still back there with some great kicks. But this pace, that kind of can sometimes negate a kick if everyone is going at a pretty good clip. Who has that additional gear beyond this? Yeah. But they look relaxed.
It's Georgetown and Villanova who have the top 4 spots right now. Haftu Strinzos and Josh Phillips from Villanova. Now that second group has caught up to those 4 leading.
And who's there in second? Haftu from yesterday, who ran a great race in the 5K. It's
Young and Strinzos
see our rabbit pull off to the side here, as he really wanted that pace to be pushed to try to get those guys an opportunity to break this record. But Mac Young rabbited for those leaders, and you'll see him drop out of the race, and the rest of these competitors will now try to break that Big East record.
Eric Vander Els from UConn in the 4th spot. Josh Phillips now neck and neck with Matt Young as you see Vander Els make his move, and now Eric Vander Els leading the pace with Josh Phillips from Villanova.
And for fans out there wondering why you would start the race and run 3/4 of it, you know, really you're trying to identify where on the schedule you have opportunities to run fast races to get you to NCAAs, right? So you're going to put someone out there who is really going to push the pace for two-thirds of the race to force the runners behind them. And you see a little pushing and shoving there as we start to get into that remaining 800. We'll have to see if there's any review there, as one competitor did step off the track. But really, you're going to pull, that rabbit is really going to press the pace. He's going to exert himself much more than he is typically capable for you to run all 15 laps. So that pulls the rest of the field around, and hopefully you get as many NCAA qualifying marks. And a lot of times the coaches will talk about that before the race starts, to say, hey, we're going to put a rabbit out there. You know, you can come with us. This is the split time that he's going to try to run to put ourselves in the best position to qualify for NCAAs in a couple weeks.
That was Camden Gilmore and Liam Back, by the way, who got tangled up there. And it looked like Gilmore threw his hands up like, what the heck was going on there?
And we'll have to see what they say after this race. Everyone seems to be moving, but that front group is really pushing the pace.
And they are coming into the final 100 meters. It's Eric Vander Els from Connecticut who starts to break away. Beg your pardon, final 200. Here they come in the bell lap. Vander Els running away from the competition. Half-two Strinzos from Villanova behind him. It's Eric Vander Els with a ginormous effort.
Let's see what the Husky can do.
On his way to a Big East indoor crown, and it's not even close. Half-two Strinzos and Barry Keane behind him, and that is a new Big East record from Eric Vander Els with a time of 7:52.02, and he shatters the old record, which was set back in 2012, time of 7:57.50. What a run from Eric Vander Els.
Great race, great execution of his strategy, and some familiar names get back on the podium. Half-two and Barry running great races for Villanova and Butler, respectively.
And they just announced here in the facility the new Big East record belongs to Eric Vander Els as he gets congratulations from his teammates and coaches.
Looks pretty relaxed out there.
Yeah, I'd say.
Good run.
2:02 for Eric Vander Els.
Yeah, the top three track athletes broke the Big East Championship record.
Congratulations to Eric. Half-two Strinzos and Barry Keane round out the podium in the men's 3,000 meter run, and we will take a quick break.